Welcome back, everybody. It's D with these tackle box. We got a good video for you today. There's a lot of emails that I get and messages that always ask about colors and codes and stuff like that, so that people can know what they have as far as the name of the color of the lure, stuff like that. So specifically for the collector guys, and sometimes for the guys that use them to go fishing. You know, they want to know what the name of the color is. I'm talking about the classic lures, and in this episode we get to actually talk about one of my favorites, which is the River Runt made by Heddon lures. Now, one of the things that we want to cover today is the necessary descriptions and the way that they kind of, how can I say it, one color code specifies a variation when sometimes they look exactly the same or almost exactly the same. So it's kind of confusing sometimes for a lot of guys that are starting collecting. There's people that go out there that I know that go to garage sales and are always looking for fishing stuff. And then they come on here and they ask me, hey, what color is this? I mean, I thought this was this, but I'm confused. I see it on eBay listed as that and blah, 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 So today we want to help you guys out. And I got a couple of the ones that they ask about the most when it comes to Heddons. And so I wanted to touch base with you guys and let y'all check out some of the cool lures that we got here. And I'll show y'all comparisons so that you can learn how to tell the difference between one code and the color code and the specifics on the other ones, because sometimes they don't even have anything to do with each other. So, like, for example, here we have a Heddon River Runt. This guy here has a label there, 9010 P. That 9010 is the model of the Heddon River Runt, and that is for the midget size. Now that P that you see right here, right at the end of the description there, it's Heddon River Runt 9010 P. Again, the 9010 is for defining the model, which is the midget. The P is for the color. That color code is for none other than this guy right here. This is your shiner scale. Let me get it out of here. I got boxes with paperwork inside all these river runts. That's one of the pieces that we collect. This guy right here has the gold eyes, right? So you already should know from the other videos that the gold eyes means it's one of the earlier versions of these river runts. So one of the things we want to take a look at is gold eyes. The hardware is the surface hardware that Heddon issued. Now, another note is that it's got scales on it. But do you see how it has the gray silver scales? And then it has this like pinkish kind of undertone. Well, that right there is the shiner scale color. I think it started back in 1946, 45, 46. And they ran all the way through to the end of the, privately owned lures and the colors and all that in 1984. After that, it went to Pratco. So this right here, once again, is one of the earlier models, 1940s, probably 47 or so. And it has the gold eyes and it has that silverish look to it. This is labeled P for shiner scale. Now, you would probably think, if it was a shiner scale, it would be an S, but for some reason, that's the way they did their colors, and P corresponds to the shiner. Now, a lot of times, somebody will find something like this one, and if you can tell, that's also a gold eye. It also has the gray scaling, the pinkish undertone, but this guy right here is like yellow belly, yellow color, plastic, all of it. It's not a translucent type of finish either. This one, the other one that I showed you here, this is your shiner scale, and you can kind of see how on the belly it has like a see-through type of plastic finish to it. And this one has more of a solid. So this one right here, guys, if you're watching this and you have these in your collection or you've seen this color before, this is also a shiner scale. This is your code P shiner scale. This is your code PG, because this is a golden shiner scale. So take a look at both of them. Same pinkish tone, same gray scaling. One is yellow, one is the semi-transparent type of color. This is your shiner, this is your golden shiner. Real quick look at both of these. This is one of the colors that always gets people. So when they find the yellow one, they're always wondering, what is that one? I mean, it's not the shiner scale, right? Well, yeah, it is. It's a shiner scale, but it's a golden shiner scale. So that way, at least, you know, there's a silver one, looks more gray and white. And there's the gold shiner scale, which has the yellow underbelly tone. Overall, the plastic is solid yellow. So moving on to the next one. This is, and I'm only covering the ones that I get a lot of questions about today. We have 3 different color patterns here, and I wanted to be able to, on this video, show the differences between them so that you guys can, you know, make notes, or in other words, so y'all can come back to here and see, oh, this one was this and this one was this. Got it, you know. On the next one here, one of the most common, and I mean most common because a lot of models on these were made, I think from the shiner scale was like, I mean, the shiner scale was 1945. The perch scale, I think, was 1945, 46 as well. But this specific perch scale, see here, this is a floating model. It's the 9400. This L corresponds to the perch scale. And this, my friends, is from the 1950s, probably the late 50s. Paperwork from the late 50s all the way through to the end of it, 1984. This guy here is your perch river run. And this was the floater. So you can see there. But this lure, this color, is one of the most common ones that you'll find. And yes, it's nice to find them like this, the nice, clean, excellent condition, whatever. The gold eye is a lot better, obviously, than the white one, just because it's the earlier models. This lure here, the color pattern, code L, and you'll sometimes find them with a little bit of a green scale, blended into kind of like a gold scale. These reddish bars, they change colors because of the oxidation of the paint. Sometimes they have solid green on the gold too, so a lot of people think, oh, there's got to be a different kind of lure, different variation, and sometimes they won't even believe me when I tell them that's just a perch. This one here was created for a lot of the models that Heddon put out, in wood and in plastic. So you're going to find yourself finding tons of these guys all the time. Now, one of the other things, as far as perch, is that sometimes you'll find, this is again the 9400 model, right? So we're comparing the exact same type. The M, that M corresponds to a pike scale. So we talked about perch scale right now, right? This guy here, oh come on. This guy here is your perch scale. I mean your pike scale, sorry. The pike scale has the bands going straight down, and it has this different scale pattern, just kind of like a silverish gold all the way over on both sides. It doesn't change from one to the other. It has kind of like a pearlescence type of silver color there for the belly, and then just silver scales all the way through. This is your pike scale, kind of like a brown with brown bands on it. This one here is your perch scale. Perch, coded L, gold eyes, late 1940s. This one here, code M. This is your pike. Now remember, perch has the slanted lines on it. Pike has the vertical lines straight up and down. See that? Trying to get them all in there so you can compare the way they look. This is your pike scale, code M. This is your perch scale, code L. Now, talking about codes and different variations, along comes this one right here, which, if you notice, it's got that brown tone to it, right? So this one here, I believe, is coded, okay, we said L for the perch, M for the pike, and this one that kind of brings them all together is code R. And no, it's not for red or rainbow or nothing like that. This is for a natural scale. So take a look at this once again. Code L for perch, code M for pike, and code R for natural. Imagine that. To the untrained eye, they all look similar, right? But each one has its different difficulty in finding. Like this one here would be a tougher pattern for these models overall. I would say this one would be second out of the three, the pike, and this one would be your most commonly easier to find one. So here we have your natural, beautiful midget, your pike, and your perch. Now, let me put these guys down here, put them back in their respective boxes. And now I want to talk to y'all about one more here. Let me see. This is your pike. This is your perch. Now we have two other ones here that I think you guys are going to be more familiar with because these colors were a little bit newer. So this one here is your coated, this is a tad poly. This is a mini tad at that. Heddon mini tad. And this guy, a lot of people call it a fire tiger color or fire tiger pattern. Got the orange belly, yellow sides to green, black spots, black back. This one is your GRA code. And that's for fluorescent green crawfish. But the funny thing about it is this one here, it looks almost similar. Well, this one is coded GR, and this one is just green crawdad. Imagine that. GRA, GR. Those are the codes that you'll find these listed under if you're searching for them on Google or eBay or whatever. GR, GRA right here, or fluorescent green crawdad, and this one the GR for just the green crawdad. Pretty, just sometimes it can be a little bit confusing, I guess, especially for the newer guys that are getting into all this, picking up lures and stuff like that. These, to me, at first when I started, they looked the same. I didn't know there was a difference in the code and all that stuff. So I wanted to make sure that I put that out there for you guys. These right here are from the late 60s and 70s, possibly into the 80s. So GRA is your fluorescent green crawdad. One more time. And GR for your green crawdad or crayfish. So either way it goes, guys, if we learn to tell the difference between the colors and all that good stuff, you'll be able to add to your collection specifically the colors that you're looking for. And it'll also help you so that you know when you're looking at buying stuff, you'll be able to see the scale of which ones are the tougher ones, which ones are the ones that are a little bit more common. And if you guys have any questions with other colors that I didn't cover right now, I know there's tons of them. But if y'all have any other questions about any other colors that y'all might have and you're wondering, hey, is this or is this that? Holler at me, man. I don't mind answering some questions for you guys. I mean, we do this all the time. So keep that in mind. Colors, variations, all that kind of stuff varies heavily from model to model. There's some of them that were special order colors, like I think the pumpkin seed that Heddon made in Golden Shiner, I believe. That's a tough one. That's a good money lure right there. So when you guys think about those things like that, if you're collecting for the purpose of just filling up the slots of colors and things like that, that's always good information. And if you're looking to buy to resell, You don't want to overpay for the common stuff, but you also don't want to let the tough stuff get away. So that's it for today, man. Till next time, this is D signing off. I'm about to go do some fishing. Fish out.